How's it going, guys? My name's Fred and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining somewhere in the... There it is! Somewhere in the sky. I think it's a good day for some more mechanicking. Or it would be if that was a word, I don't think mechanic. Anyway, it's a good day to play some more Scrap Mechanics. So, last time, we were building some quite basic stuff compared to the kind of things you can do in this game. We built the Vader truck, which is outside, and we built this lovely house. With the folding roof, it's all very fancy. Today, you guys have asked me, well, you asked me to build lots of things. Today, I've mainly been focusing on folding things. You'll see what I mean by folding things in a second. But first, I guess we need to shut up shop because we're not working here today. We're working over at the Vader test site, which is not here, so we need to leave. We need to shut the windows, shut the door. Yeah, that sounds sensible. And then hop in to the Vader truck, which, as you can see, has had some modifications. I've made it look significantly more cool. Anyway, let's get in this thing. When we drive away, the roof will just shut itself. That's so cool. Anyway, we should probably head on over to the Vader testing site. Oh, it's right here. Yep, that didn't really take long at all, did it? Okay, probably didn't need the car. Okay, so, yeah, I've been focusing today on folding things. So as I showed you yesterday, you can use bearings to make moving things and you can control them with controllers. So I managed to make like a roof which opens up. You can make all number of things. So say you had like a part of a car and you wanted the seat to be hidden. You could always have the seat attached to something like this, and then when you press it, it moves into place. This wouldn't work so well, but this is kind of cool if you're playing multiplayer. Stick your friend in there, and then just do this. And it's like a fairground ride or something, I don't know. So, basically, the way you make this kind of folding thing is if we get some wood, just like this. And then on the end of this wood, say there, we put a little bit, and then a bearing, and then attached to the bearing, we just have another block of wood. Which actually we want sort of like this. Yeah, so we've got this little block of wood in the middle. That's like an in-between hinge bit. Then on that, we have another bearing. And then attached to that, we have our next, like, bit of wood. Can't think of a more descriptive name other than just bit of wood, but you know what I'm talking about. So, the controller for a machine has to actually be attached. It all has to be connected together via wood. So say if I put a controller, if I put a controller here, on this stick here, I wouldn't be able to control these bearings here because they're two separate things. They're not joined by wood. So we need to get these joined together like that, and now I can use a controller placed on here, probably not like that. I can use this to control those bearings. So let's just connect a switch to the controller and this thing to here. There we go. So we can go in here. Wait, which way? We want one to go in the blue direction, and we want two to also go in the blue direction. Blue plus 90, 2, blue plus 90. So now when I press the switch, it folds up like that. Pretty nifty. So you can keep doing that with like a whole long line of things, as you can see I've done here. If you just have them in alternating directions, so you can see the bearings go in order 1, 2, 3, 4. In here, they go like these two are blue, these two go to the pink side, these two go to the blue side, and then the last two go to the pink side like that. So you want to have them alternating, which means it sort of folds up like that, because otherwise it would try and go like in a spiral, and it would all destroy itself, and that's not fun at all. So yeah, that's how you make folding things, but you don't have to have them going in a straight line. So you can have things which are just folding at like a right angle like that, or you can have them doing all kinds of things. Basically, if we come over to this inconspicuous looking pile of wooden things here, you must be thinking, oh, that's just an ordinary pile of wood. Well, you'd be wrong! It is not an ordinary pile of wood. That was so stupid. It's a house. It's a folding house. Let's see what happens when I press this button. Ooh. Ah. It's actually pretty cool. So yeah. It's a folding house, and we can go inside, and it's a complete house. It's got windows and walls and a floor. That's all a house really needs. So yeah, if I go into this thing, you can see where all the bearings are. So it's got quite a few bearings and 2 different controllers, because each controller can only control 10 bearings. It actually only has it has 11, so yeah, we do need 2. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's just close that up. It goes nice and slow just for dramatic effect. You can have it going faster. It works absolutely fine. If a thing does work in this game, it works at any speed. Like, it won't break if you make it go faster. So it's kind of cool. One thing I should add, if you are trying to make anything like this, say a folding house, you're going to want to make the whole thing in either the finished position like this with the door open, or in the the closed up position when it's all in a stack. You don't want to say like make it halfway through that cycle, if you know what I mean. Because otherwise, like when you reload the game, it will just break. I promise you, it will break. So you're going to want to make it all like this, or all like put up. One thing I have had as well, this game has crashed quite a few times while trying to play it. I don't know exactly what causes it to crash, but it just does sometimes. I'm pretty sure, because there's no save button, I'm pretty sure that when you go into this menu, whenever you bring up this menu just by hitting escape, that's when it saves the game. I think I might be wrong. So I would recommend doing that a lot, like after every single bearing, because the game can just crash at any moment without any warning. So the last thing I was trying to do, because you can see with all these things, or see all the bits of wood, they all like spin round and stuff. It's really hard to get a piece of wood which moves in a straight line. It's hard to get things which just go up and down, but I figured out, if you use bearings like this, a set of 3 bearings, you'll see how they work in a second. Then when you push the button, this platform they're connected to actually goes straight up and down. So the way this works is bearing number 1 goes to the blue side by 90 degrees, bearing number 2 goes to the pink side 180 degrees, and the last one goes to the blue side 90 degrees. So they're alternating colours, and it's 90, 180, 90. And when you have that, you get this sort of telescopic arm thing, which makes the platform go straight up and down. So you may be wondering why I've got these 2 platforms doing this. Basically, you guys asked if I could have some kind of system where I have like an elevated garage for my car, so I bring my car in, and then once it's in place, it just lifts the car up off the ground, I guess, like to keep it safe, stuff like that. So I made this, which I really hope, can lift my car up. So let's just get in the Vader truck, which is actually quite a large truck. I did make it quite massive. Let's very carefully park it on those platforms. In the middle, I think that looks good. Oh, please. Oh, please. Please lift it up. Ooh! It does! It does! Okay, it's slightly bouncy, because obviously the car has suspension, but oh, that works really well. So now, what we could do is if we had a sensor on this end, once you drive the car in far enough, it'll just automatically do that. I have a feeling, if I'm in the car when it gets lifted up, the game will just crash, but we can try it. So what we should do is go back to my house, which is actually just over here, and try and install one of these. So basically what I want is, that's that thing over there, but here, and then I'm going to have it all like automated using sensors. So when the car gets into the right position, why is there a hole in my wall? What is going on? Also, I didn't realize, but sensors can sense when there's a person there too. Oh, that's useful. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, so basically what I want to happen is, we have the system which is all flat on the floor, we drive the car in, once the car is in far enough, a sensor will just automatically lift it up, and then once it's at the top, another sensor will open the roof. That's what I'm hoping. Let's see if we can get it to work. God damn it. Well, as you guys saw, the game crashed, but annoyingly, it didn't save any of the stuff I just built. So my theory of it saves every time you open the escape menu is wrong. It just saves every however long, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know. So it's completely random. So developers of this game, if you're watching, please add a save button. Also, since now that the game's crashed, this bearing here in my folding house has somehow like flipped, and now it will only go the wrong way. It will only bend the wrong way, which means that one side of my house is now going this way, and when I close it, if I reverse it, it still goes the same way. It's ridiculous. So that's completely broken. The only way to change that is to take apart the whole thing and then put a new one in. Ah, that's so annoying! Ah, it took so long to build that house. Whatever. Anyway, let's get back over to my main house. Let's see if we can actually build my elevated garage without the game crashing this time. Okay, I have built the lifty parking space thing. Please, game, save! Save right now! I don't know how to entice it to save my game. Does this work? Does this make you save? Please save. I don't want to have to build it again. It's super tedious. Anyway, we got this thing. You can see I put like barriers around the side to stop it falling off. Obviously, there's no barrier on this side or like here or here because you have to like drive through the space. You have to drive over from here and then onto here. I haven't made it automated yet. We're going to test that it actually does work first. Anyway, let's first test it with no car on top. Ooh. Ooh, this is when it crashed last time. That seems pretty good. That seems pretty good. Okay, let's bring it back down. Test number 2 is going to be with the truck. Nice and gentle-like. Oh, no, it's pushing it. That's not... Stay where you are. Please, come on. Okay, it turns out you have to go, like, slightly faster, otherwise you just end up pushing the space everywhere. But we're in the thing. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, test number 2. Will it crash the game? Probably. Let's see. Oh! Okay, well, it works. It works as a parking space. This is good. This is good. Now, we need to make it automated. So I don't know if you can change the range on the sensors, but I basically want it so it only lifts up when we get the whole way in to this left-hand side. Let's see what kind of things we can do. Okay, so we want to have one of these bad boys right about there. Dead in the center. Now let's see, can I change the properties of this thing? No. Okay, it senses from a few blocks away. So yeah, it senses from here. Oh, this is bad. That's too far. Okay, let's instead have the sensor right here. Or let's have it there. So it means it won't trigger until we drive forwards to here, which is basically what I want. So that should be good. So now, if we get rid of this switch here, don't do crazy stuff. No, it's staying put. And we can connect this sensor to this. So now, in theory, when you come across to here, it lifts up. Yeah, pretty good. And then when we want to lower it again, we just reverse a little bit so the front of the car comes to about here, and it should go back down. Oh, I just found one thing. There's these tiny, tiny little triangular blocks. These would be super helpful. So if we put these sort of like here, then that should help just getting onto the thing. Okay, let's drive on nice and gentle this time because we've got the little ramps, which should help. Oh, that's good. That's smooth. Okay, nice and slow. Right to the far side. Oh, no, you have to stay. You have to stay there, Kyle. Yes. Oh, that is so cool. Let's just make sure we don't drift backwards because then it's going to go down. That is so cool. So now, basically, I want to add a sensor roughly here. So when this thing lifts up, the roof opens. So all we need to do is add one little piece of stone, a little sensor, stick it on the front of there. Come on. Just like that. And then we connect this to that one. Oh, yeah. Oh, I just realized one thing. How do I get into my car when I'm on the floor? Okay. I think maybe we need to make some stairs inside. Okay, I fashioned myself a lovely set of stone stairs here on the corner of my house, which shouldn't get in the way of the roof. It should be below the roof even when it closes. So now we can walk up here to get back into our car. So let's try this thing. So we get in here, back up very slowly, just enough to make it go down. Oh, yeah, so now the roof closes. It's so cool. It's so cool. So now I think we're done for today. We've learned how to make lifty things. And we've used it to make a very, very cool automated car lift. I think that's a successful day. See, as I said, because of the things that have happened to this little folding house over here, I think it's best to leave everything you make in the sort of like in the position you built it in. So I'm not going to park my car and leave it risen up when I exit the game because it might just break when I come back. So I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to park my car here. And I think this is enough for today in Scrap Mechanics. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys got any more suggestions of things you'd like me to build here in Scrap Mechanic, you let me know down below. But until then, I've been Vader, and I'll see you guys later.